All right, everyone. Good afternoon. It is currently about 2:25 p.m. local time. Welcome to the first live test of my first Chromebook. We'll get started here in about 5 minutes on my live test thoughts. If you are watching this on the replay, go ahead and fast forward about 5 minutes if you want. This is the Acer Chromebook, Acer 15, I believe it's called. If you are a Windows user and you're running Windows 7 and you don't care to update to Windows 10 or just don't need Windows, Chromebooks remain the best possible alternative, Linux alternative right now for Windows users. They hit the sweet spot of price, performance, insane speed, and updates that do not get in your way. Imagine that. Jan Topper is in the house. What's up, Jan? Welcome. So, as usual, this is an unscheduled live stream, as I guess most of them are. What can I say? If we get enough supporters, we'll do this full time, but not today. How are you, Jan? Full disclosure, this product review is made possible by channel supporters. So thank you, especially PayPal supporters who keep this channel running. Thank you. Also want to thank the Patreon supporters, all 11 of you. But yeah, if it wasn't for PayPal, I don't think I'd be I decided not to hook up a webcam for now. Let's see. Looks like the sound is okay. Jan says, all funny and sunny here in Mexico City. Yay. It is sunny today. This is the second day in a row for sun here in the state of Ohio. So there must be something wrong. We've had so much freaking rain. So it looks like the chat disconnected and then reconnected. So I don't know if that's the wireless problem or a Chromebook issue. I don't know. But I'm using a wired headset and a wireless Microsoft mouse just to make the I wonder if there's a way to go wired with this thing versus wireless. A little hiccup. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see a full size. There might be a USB to wired connection, but we'll see. Hello, Stephen. Welcome. All right, we'll give this 2 more minutes, and I'll give you my thoughts on the Chromebook at first. This will be a very brief live test. Again, this product review is sponsored by the community channel members. Thank you. If this goes well, the next time I'll hook up the webcam and see what happens. If anybody else has a Chromebook or has switched from whatever you were using to Linux or to a Chromebook version of Linux, please let me know. I'm very curious. This is my very first Chromebook, and it rocks. This is a fairly low spec machine that you can. I think you can currently get this on Amazon for 140 some dollars. If you don't do multimedia or a lot of multi-apps, multi-applications, this will suffice. It only has 2 gigs of RAM. But man, I am impressed by the speed. Incredible. This is the potential power of Linux. And right now, this is the best alternative for Windows users. If you don't want to do Windows 10 and Windows 7 expires, and all you want to do is get on the web, Chromebooks rock. I've yet to have an update interrupt me. In fact, I don't even know when the updates happen. They just do. So yeah, as opposed to Windows 10, let's just say their Chromebooks rock with invisible updates. Benjamin, welcome. Jordan, welcome. All right, I'm going to try and screen share and let me know if this works. Okay. Again, this is my first live test. If this thing crashes and Hangouts shuts down, I probably won't be back. I just want to let you guys know. Okay. Uh, the Chromebook, there is no built-in wired connection for the internet. I'm going wireless, but the router is like 2 feet away, so it should work. Okay. If it disconnects, I just want to let you guys know, nothing personal. I will not be back. Paul says, dude, what's up, dude? Hi, Paul. Background music is from my friend from Pittsburgh, Jimmy Z from the Jimmy Z Trio. So if you hear music, that's by my good friend from Pittsburgh. Just something different for today. Stephen had to go back to Windows. Needed something that just works, as I can imagine what is going to be like when AMD moves to the Stephen Chromebooks just work. I mean, I haven't I haven't had to fix anything in the terminal, no bugs. I mean, literally with my first Chromebook, I've had to fix nothing, zero, zilch, nada, zero bugs so far. I have played in the terminal just to see what it's like, but there was no reason to use the terminal, and that's probably one of the scary parts for a Windows user. Okay, can you guys hear me and see me, or see the stream? All right, let's go ahead and let me go ahead and screen share and see if this will work. Okay. Now this will sputter a bit. This only has 2 gigs of RAM. It's the starter point for the Acer 15, but I think it should be just enough horsepower to get this thing running. Okay. You can see. All right, guys. Thank you. All right, I have a split screen here. Yeah, Raf boy, I do not have the webcam hooked up. I'll try it next time, but with only 2 gigs of RAM, I'm kind of scared it'll just freeze. But I will try it next time with the webcam. I promise I'll do that next time, but not today. Yes, I have tried Linux apps on it. Sometimes it works. I mean, the Linux apps are experimental, Stephen. So they may or may not work. Just a heads up. But at least it's great to have the option for Linux apps. So yeah, the Android apps work. Linux apps may or may not work. Again, that's experimental. Yeah, no, you can call me a lot of things, but I'm definitely not shy. So, all right. So this is the default desktop here. One thing I noticed, you can't the taskbar. They call this the shelf to the right. You can't move this to the top. You can go left, right, or the bottom, which is kind of weird. See shelf position, left, bottom, right, but no top. That is so weird. Of course, you can always show the shelf, taskbar and wallpaper, but you cannot move it to the top, which is my favorite position. That is so weird. Just a personal observation. The keyboard in this low spec one, it feels like a candy bar, but not a candy bar. It feels like kind of like a chiclet, for lack of a better term. It's okay. I mean, it's nice and wide. Um, kind of big buttons, squarish buttons. I mean, a standard keyboard, for lack of a better term. It's okay, but but then again, this is not the $1,500 Pixel book either. It works. The keyboard works. It has left and right stereo speakers on each side of the keyboard, to the side on the top where they should be. The sound is one of the best sounding speakers in any machine that I've ever tried. They get loud. I mean, and not scratchy. I mean, these types of machines, there's no bass to it, but you can crank this up and still sound clear. So I'm very impressed. Keep in mind that this Acer 15 right now on Amazon, again, this starts at about $140. This is not the newer model. So it's incredible that Acer and Chrome, or Acer and Google, are able to pack this much performance, relatively speaking, in a low spec machine. This is only 16 gig eMMC storage drive. I think that's what it's called. Only 2 gigs of RAM, dual core. But yeah, all right. So let's move along here. So again, the shelf. Yeah, right now it's to the right. Yugi's in the house. Welcome. All right, so here you can search. This kind of reminds me of the GNOME desktop. Here you have your apps. Let's go to system. All right, so Intel Celeron, 1.6 gigahertz, 2 gigs of RAM. Storage capacity, what's left is 11 gig. Display. There is a full-size HDMI port to the left of the machine. So maybe next time I'll hook it up to the large screen, and we'll see what happens. And that's when I'll hook up the webcam, just to make it easier for me. I mean, this has a fairly large 15-inch screen, but I'll try it on the big screen next time. All right, so this is the system. There's different ways to get different applications to get system information. You can try, I think it's called COG, C-O-G. Yeah, COG. Here you have Chrome version, CPU usage, temperature, and all that. Yeah, the only downfall of this is the RAM is only 2 gigs, but keep in mind with Chromebooks, you have choices. We've talked about, sweet spot for price and performance. If you're going to do multimedia apps and lots of multitasking, I would probably start with the next one up that has 4 gigs of RAM, and you should be okay. The fact that we can do all this with 2 gigs is amazing, but it is a little sluggish, to be quite honest. However, it does work. COG is your rapper name? Okay. All right, I did not know that. Anyway, this thing boots up in about 7 to 10 seconds. It shuts down in 7 to 10 seconds. As a comparison to my Ubuntu laptop with the latest Ubuntu, it takes about 3 minutes. Seriously, about 3 minutes by the time I turn it on to log and boot into the system. But I know it's not a fair comparison, but just let you guys know. You have some shortcuts here. The Google, Gmail, YouTube shortcuts. Shortcuts are already there, messages, and you can add to this. This tells me what I have going on now. I have, of course, YouTube and Gmail. Here's the web store, the Chrome OS web store. I just pinned this to the shelf or taskbar. Google Notes, keep notes and lists. Here we have some other settings here. You can see battery life, 71%. We have about 6 hours left. On a full charge, this thing here, you can probably, if you turn down the display, you can probably squeeze out 12 to 15 hours. I mean, seriously, no SHIT. You can probably squeeze out that much. Realistically, on a full charge, you're probably looking between 10 to 12 hours. Now, keep in mind, this is not a Pixelbook. This is not a $1,500 machine that's giving you these kinds of specs. This thing right now on Amazon, last I checked, again, is about $140. And to get a 10-hour battery life for a sub $200 machine is, well, if I didn't see it for myself, I would have said, forget about it. Once again, this is the potential power of Linux. And this is why I say Chromebooks are, whether you like them or not, a national Linux standard. That work, they just work. And Linus Torvalds loves them, loves Chrome OS, and he's the father of Linux. So I cannot argue with the godfather of Linux, Linus Torvalds, showing respect to the family, okay? All right, anyway, notifications, Bluetooth, my home internet. You can turn night light on. I don't use this. It just gets too dark. Brightness here, speakers here, power, sign out. And of course, settings. You've seen this before if you've messed in Chrome before. So, yeah, Yugi, this for what it is, it does look, it's definitely stable. It is snappy unless I do multitasking. Again, that's not the machine's fault. It's just a low RAM by default. That's that this was manufactured. From what I have gathered, the newer Chromebooks, you cannot upgrade the RAM or the storage. They are soldered onto the board. Some of you may not like that because Apple does that, but this runs $200 or less and not $2,000 or less. So I'm not complaining. Yeah. So, I used to lie awake and wonder. So this is what I have installed so far. Opera, TuneIn, Linux apps right here. This will get you through the terminal. The ticker feed, my favorite, doesn't quite work. The Linux app on the Chromebook. In fact, they may not even show right now. But again, this is all experimental. So just to let you tweakers and geeksters know, the Linux apps may or may not work, but it's nice to have the option. So, yeah. And when my I did a torrent, create a USB app, worked. Linux ticker feed does not work, at least on this machine. But you know, once again, it's nice to have the option to install Linux apps in addition to Android apps. Of course, the Chrome Web Store by default. There is a default search button on the keyboard itself, and maybe next time I'll take some screenshots of the actual keyboard in the machine. But this is simple stuff. This would not be difficult for a newbie to learn the system. It's not that hard. So I'm going to give this a big fat recommendation to all Linux newbies out there. It's not that difficult to learn. Updates are unobtrusive. They're in the background. You don't have to reboot. It's fast. It's stable. Chromebooks have proven themselves to be super reliable and no bugs. Imagine that. Linux with no bugs. It sounds like a movie. Starting soon. Linux, no bugs, playing at a theater near you. Imagine that. Edmund, you have the same model, the Acer 15? Cool. Cool. Very nice. Everybody say hello to Edmund. Welcome to the live stream. Edmund, for you, I'm going to stay on just a little bit longer. I just came back from a doctor visit checkup for my mom. Everything's okay. Ticker fee, just got to work on your i3. Seems kind of intrusive. And I don't know, for me, but well, you've seen it on my Ubuntu Mate shows, ticker feed. It works for me. I don't have a problem with it, but yeah, it just doesn't work that well in the Chromebook. Now, maybe in a higher end machine it might work. I don't know. Yeah, if anybody would like to donate a Google Pixel book, I'll be waiting. Anyway, so how are you, Edmund? So you have the same model. How do you like it, Edmund? Was it hard to learn? Hard to use? You hooked this to the 32-inch TV. Very good. Very nice. I'll have to test that next time. Do a live stream on the larger screen. So yeah. So I mean, I could go on and on, talk about more about this, but I think I'll do it next time when I hook up the camera and hook it up to the large screen. Very easy to use. Okay, cool, Edmund. Yeah. Michael, how are you, Michael? I was hoping when I would catch you. It's been a while. Michael is another longtime supporter of the channel. I remember. See? Michael, you love the Chromebook. Wish they didn't have unlimited supports. I don't know, Michael. 5 years at least. That's not bad. Yeah, considering Linux distros, Linux OS's support cycles are what? 9 months, 3 years, 5 years. Chromebooks are going to get at least 5 years, maybe more. I think it's fair, Michael. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it's fair. How long have you had your Chromebook, Michael? So, I mean, you watch Netflix on Amazon Prime? Okay. Speakers? Yeah, the speakers are outstanding. The best I've heard. And they get loud. Great sounding, yes. Yeah. But, yeah, Michael, I think the 5-year support cycle or more, I think it's fair because, again, you're not spending $2,000 or $3,000 or $4,000 on a Mac product just to get a few years out of it. So from what I see, it's fair. If it was less than 5 years, then I would say that's no good. But I think 5 years is fair. Sean just got me. We enjoy the community. Yay! And you have both the Pixel Chromebook. You have both Pixel Chromebooks. Very good. Oh, Sean, I bet that thing flies. I wish I had that one. I bet that thing flies. Well, that machine, Sean, that is the only Linux product that has been described as flawless. Yeah, so awesome. You have one of the original Chromebooks, light as a feather, great writing machine. Okay. Yeah, the Chromebooks that came out, I don't know, from 2015 on, I think you get at least 5 years support. I could be wrong. Again, I'm still a newbie to Chromebook. Just want to let you guys know, but yeah. Referred model, yeah. Can you still get the updates on your Chromebook, Michael, or is it stopped? Oh, you have a new touchscreen. Okay. And 8 gig with the dual core. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, 8 gigs for Chromebooks is overkill. You don't need 8 gigs. Like I said, I'm doing this with 2 gigs, but I think the next one I get, I want to make sure it has at least 4 gigs. Yeah, just for multitasking, stuff like that. Edmund, you bought a PowerPC 6-core 8 gig, 1 terabyte drive, Windows 10. Okay. Until October for the updates on the older one. Okay. .3D acceleration coming soon. Okay. Yeah, there hasn't been any word yet on the Pixelbook Pixel 3 or the Pixelbook 3 or whatever Google wants to call it. You got 8 gig for some testing with Linux compatibility. Yes. Edmund says, "Where can I get Ubuntu CDs sent free to you?" You don't you don't need CDs, Edmund. You can download the ISO, the operating system, burn it onto a CD if you want, or create a USB stick, or you can download it and make your own CDs. Edmund, if that's what you're looking to do, I'm not even sure they even sell. Check out, I don't think the CDs are free, but check out DistroWatch. I believe you can buy some Linux CDs or installation disc. They're not that expensive. Yeah. If you don't want to mess with doing it yourself, try DistroWatch. Yeah. Benjamin has i7 with 32 gigs of RAM. Okay. And your ThinkPad. Okay. All right. You're welcome, Edmund. DVDs would be simpler. Yeah. Put it on a DVD. If you're going to do it yourself, yeah, you may not be able to squeeze it all. In fact, you won't on a CD nowadays. Yeah. 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 UNetBootin works. Etcher. In the Windows, I believe there's one called Rufus. There is one for Chrome OS that I used. I forget what it's called. Yeah. Yes, Will Be I Believe is gone. That is correct. This is the note-taking app. Again, this is going to run slow. They just call this Keep, Google Keep. Notes appear here. So used Ubuntu for 7 years. Awesome. Yeah, I was hooked on Ubuntu Unity for a few years, Edmund. Now I'm with Ubuntu Mate, which is a great operating system for beginners, light on resources. Sammy boy, good evening. Love it. Awesome. I have to give Ubuntu, the team at Ubuntu credit. They've been around. The operating system's been around since 2005-ish, 4 or 5. I started in 06. And yeah, it still is a great operating system based on Linux. I wonder if there's a tweak tool so I can put the taskbar to the top. I don't know. It's not that big of a deal, but yeah. I didn't want to install too many apps because I know a lot of apps can potentially slow down the system. And with just 2 gigs of RAM, I didn't want to have this thing overloaded. But yeah, I installed Opera, TuneIn, Cog, battery repair, or battery check, or whatever it's called. It seems okay. There's a get help shortcut. Haven't really used this. I don't know if this is discover, get started, getting online, personalization, app replacements. Oh, okay. Fix a problem. Huh. Well, this seems self-explanatory. Getting online, personalization, app replacements, video chat and phone calls. I don't know. It seems like a fairly beginner-friendly help app built in the Chromebook. Somebody asked about printing. Well, there you go. Set up a printer, print from Chrome, Google Cloud Print. I haven't tried this yet. I'm tempted to try it now, but I'm afraid it might lock up and freeze up on me. I'll have to try this next time. So yeah. Updates, fix, Chromebook problems, connections, sign in, start or stop, porting crashes. It's all basic stuff to me. Very good. Yeah, it would be nice to put this on top of the screen, but right now I can't. Again, it's no big deal. It just seems strange of all the options not to have. They don't put that. Must be a reason. Cat Gamer, welcome. All right. I don't want this to freeze, so let me get out of this. Yeah. Yeah, battery life is very good. I'm impressed. You know, I'll be honest, with the low specs machine, I would have been happy with 5 or 6 hour battery life. I'm getting double that, and very impressive. Let me get out. I just replayed briefly the live chat. The sound seems okay, but yeah, battery life is superb. I've been using this. I don't want to even touch my ThinkPads. As good as a machine they are, I've been using this, especially like in the garage when I'm cleaning or doing something. I mean, this thing boots up in like 10 seconds or less. It rocks. Supposedly, dual booting with Windows is coming to Chromebooks. Don't know how true that is. I'm not sure why you would want to do that. Yeah, I won't. I would not want to do that. I think the Pixelbook will have that capability, but why? It seems to me if you buy a Chromebook, you want it to replace Windows, or maybe replace Mac. Just a thought. Hello, Steve. Yeah, streaming from my first live test, streaming from a notebook. Overall, a little bit slow with just 2 gigs of RAM, but overall, not too bad. Very impressive machine. All right, I'm probably going to end this here in about 10 minutes. So again, Chromebooks, if you watch this later on the repeat, I'll say it again, Chromebooks right now are the best possible alternative for Windows users who don't want to mess with Windows anymore or who have Windows 7 and don't want to go to Windows 10. Chromebooks are the best Linux stable alternative at a sweet spot price. Like I said, you can get them for less than $200. I wouldn't go less than that. But figure $200 up to the top of the line, which is between $1,200 and $1,500 for the Pixelbook. I've seen Pixelbooks on sale for as low as $600 refurbished, which is a steal, in my opinion. So, yeah, Windows users who say that Linux sucks, you haven't tried Chromebooks, have you? Yeah, there are different themes, Sammy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there are different themes. I wear contact lenses or glasses, so the light themes are a little bit easier for me. So, yes, right now, the Acer 15, there is an Amazon affiliate link, which will help out the channel. You can get it for about $140 right now on Amazon refurbished with the warranty. And I'm proving it works. I know what you're saying. Come on, toss $140. It must be a piece of junk. I don't know. You tell me. Is this a piece of junk? Works for me. So, all right. So, time is 3 o'clock. All right. Yeah. Give this another about 9 minutes and I'll wrap this up. Again, I'll do another live test probably the weekend with the webcam on a big screen or larger screen. Hopefully that'll work. Again, thank you to all the supporters of the channel who make this possible. Hello, Jonathan. Yeah, you are a little late, but again, I didn't have this scheduled. I'm going to end this soon. You can just watch it on the replay. This is the Acer, the Chromebook 15. Yeah, it looks pretty sweet for me, Paul. Like I said, this is the fastest running machine so far I've ever tested. You got the spare cash, pick one up. About $140 right now on Amazon, refurbished. If you have a little bit extra cash, I believe the new one that has 4 gigs of RAM, I believe it's only $200. There's also one with lighted keyboard and full HD screen for about $299. I wish this had a lighted keyboard. I will say that. But it works. So again, when it comes to Chromebooks, Google has hit the sweet spot for pricing for these Linux machines. Your 94-year-old mother rocks the Acer Chromebook 15. 4 gigs of RAM, 32 gigabyte SSD. Very nice. There you go, folks. The Chromebook, mother approved. Yeah, I think the next one I get, lighted keyboard. That may affect the battery life, but so what? Really? Okay, so you might lose an hour. Ooh, you're going to go from 12 hours down to 11 hours. Ooh, that's so bad. Anyway. All right, so if we have any new people watching, if never said hello, please do. You know, it's a shame that the Linux desktop, at least for the masses, has been a complete and utter failure when you think about it. Except for Chromebooks. You know, it's a shame 25 years later, we still don't have some sort of a national standard where you can walk into a store, whether it's Best Buy, Walmart, and just buy a machine other than a Chromebook for about $400. But Linus Torvalds is hopeful. So am I. Slides is probably something I would not use. Google Play Games, I'm not going to do that. Books, I have my Amazon. Movies, nah. Messages probably will not use. Yeah, so yeah, you can turn off the lighted keyboard during the day if you don't need it. Yeah. Thumbs up for the stream and thumbs up for Chromebooks. Michael, thank you. I know some of you like to remain anonymous. Those of you who support the channel, that's why I don't mention names anymore, unless it's okay. So I just want to let you guys know that I don't mention names anymore that much when it comes to supporters on the channel. So Chromebooks are a good second place for nation state. Okay, all right. Well, second place to what? I think for Linux, they're in first place right now. Right? I don't know. External keyboard is backlit, but it makes too much noise. Really? Okay. That's interesting. So we'll probably do one or two more tests with this thing. And who knows, maybe I'll start a new series, the Chromebook Show. Why not? The Ubuntu show kind of flopped, you know. And now we had this latest Ubuntu nothing burger controversy. Right, they're getting rid of 32-bit apps. What's wrong with Ubuntu? Jeez. Last time I checked, progress moves into the future, right? Anyway, but that's another story. Benjamin is getting sick and tired of all the wires. Yeah. You bought a wireless keyboard and mouse. Okay. Jonathan, I meant to type first as Linux standard. Ah, okay. Very good, Jonathan. Thank you. Okay, 5 minutes left. This is the super chat bribes section of the live show. If anybody wants me to stay on longer, click the super chat. Oh my goodness. Michael loves to run 1986 DOS. Really? Set up on today's technology. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm running a wireless mouse on the Chromebook. Microsoft. How ironic. Microsoft product on a Chromebook. But hey, Microsoft loves Linux. Excuse me. Yeah, some of the Chromebooks have a little light built in the lid of the top on. Yes, Benjamin. Yes, not all of them. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That shines downward on the keyboard. Mm-hmm. And they work pretty good. There's display there, 13 by 731, 97 DPI. The display is acceptable. Obviously, 1080p is better. Yeah, I don't. If I was going to do a lot of reading, like like on the Kindle books, or so, I would want this in 1080p. But for this, it's okay. Again, if you go into the 299 version of this, somewhere around there, you get the lighted keyboard, more RAM. Thank you, Steve. Thank you for the super chat. For reasons understood. But yeah, if it's something that you want to use every day with the Chromebook, I'd go with the one that has a 1080p screen, full HD. Um, I don't know if battery life is the same on that one, but it's a nicer screen, so really, who cares? It would take a lot of convincing for me to believe Microsoft loves Linux. Well, Paul, I just proved it. I hooked up a Microsoft mouse, wireless mouse, to my Chromebook. Doesn't that prove it? Come on, Toss, get real. Okay, I'm just kidding. Jonathan is hoping to master Linux. Well, that would be great. But with the Chromebook, you don't need to master anything. Just some patience, some trial and error, and you're good to go, right? That's how I see it. Hello, Tony. Chrome tolerates MS. Okay. Patience is a virtue. I totally agree. Yeah, some of you know. If you don't, I started with Linux in 06 with Ubuntu, and just about everything I know, not all of it, everything I know is self-taught as a Windows user. Moving on to Linux, self-taught, and you can. This was back at 06. There was no Total OS Today channels for newbies or anything out there. It's self-taught, but I believed in it in Linux, and here I am. So, for all the Windows users who have tried Linux and have experienced pain, I get it. I totally get it. If you still feel like a newbie using Linux, well, it's gotten better. So I think Chromebooks haven't been around that long. Chromebooks, when was the first Chromebook? 2011? I don't know. I have to look it up. Yep. There might be people at Microsoft that do like Linux and FOSS, hate it. But yeah, Windows 10, they made it more complex than it needed to be, Benjamin. I mean, it works, but, well, I won't go there, but they made it more complex than it needed to be. And I dread, even though the updates have not broken my Windows 10 machine, I dread doing updates in Windows 10. I don't like it. That's why I use Linux 80% of the time. So, yeah. All right, we got about 3 songs left on my friend's CD, so when those songs are up, I'm out of here. There's a shortcut keyboard button here on the screen that gives this like a gnome shell look. What tabs are open? It's pretty cool. My wildest dream come true. I'm going soft to enchant. If you Yeah, multiple tabs on this open slows it down a bit, so we'll just keep it like this till we end this. Updates on Arch aren't that bad. The worst update probably on the D would be Gen 2. Okay. Yeah, updates in Linux in general, stable systems are very smooth. Very rarely do you have to reboot, but it's not that big of a deal. So yeah. I like these shortcuts on the keyboard. It's pretty cool. It does. I just noticed on the keyboard itself, there's a sticker. It does say 12-hour battery life. But like I said, you might be able to squeeze that a little bit more. There's a display. Brightness is probably what sucks out more life out of the battery more than anything else, you know. But it does get pretty bright. So I got this at about 50% now, and it's bright enough. Yeah, when it comes to gaming, assuming that your Windows 10 is stable, Windows 10 rocks for games. It just does. So not so easy to find a Chrome box. It is to find a Chromebook these days. Okay. All right, I really do need to move on from this. So let's go ahead and make this the last call for comments. I want to thank everybody for stopping by. NVIDIA kills the battery? Huh. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what the Microsoft's laptops, how long battery life is on theirs. Microsoft Surface machines, I don't know if those have good battery life. The MacBooks, I don't know if anybody can tell me if those can give you 10 to 12 hours battery life, or is it even possible? Yeah. Yeah, the updates on Windows, sometimes they're not that long, sometimes they are. Honestly, Paul, at this point, I don't care anymore. I just don't. I use Windows, when I have to, but yeah. Macs usually have good battery time. Cool. MacBook Pro, 10 hours, very good. Nice. Okay. Well, I get that too. The Chromebook, and it didn't cost, and these don't cost $2,000. So, yeah, Michael, yeah, 12 hours, sure, 12 hours of sleep mode. Oh man, that is true. That's one for Michael. Welcome to Michael's News and Nonsense. Long life, battery life in sleep mode. This Chromebook is sleep mode. I don't know what it'll get, but okay. Anyway, I'm also loving my Amazon tablet, my first Amazon tablet. If you haven't checked out some test results of the videos I did, again, a tablet courtesy of the community. Also, I love doing product reviews, especially products I use and recommend. Love doing product reviews. I wish I could do more of those. All right, so yeah, it's still doing telemetry in sleep mode. Well, maybe it's doing sleeping telemetry. I don't know. Honestly, now it would be funny if I got approached by Microsoft to sponsor a video. What would I say? To be completely honest, I would have to say fine because I still use Windows 10 and I have not had the update breakages like other people have. So if I was approached for Microsoft to sponsor a stream, I would say yes because it's worked for me. So, full disclosure, if you ever see a Microsoft sponsored video, it's because I use it. Thank you, Michael. I will get a coffee later. Actually, yeah, one of my friends just came back from Florida. He texted me this morning, so I think I will. Thank you very much. Steve says you don't get 4 hours of battery life with your 2017 MacBook Pro 15. Okay. I don't know. I don't have a MacBook. If Mac wants to sponsor a video, send me a MacBook, I'll test it, but I ain't buying one. So, yeah. But it is so nice to see the sun 2 days in a row. I know that sounds weird, but we've had so much rain here in Ohio. It's been awful. I haven't gone swimming yet this year, so maybe this weekend. Hi, Sneaky. If you haven't already, check out Sneaky Linux's channel. Thank you, Michael. Yeah, I'll give this another minute. But yeah, Sneaky. Yeah, it's yeah. This is just 2 gigs of RAM on this particular machine. I can't do a lot of open tabs, web applications, multitasking. It just chokes the machine. However, Sneaky, it's been perfectly stable. I'm impressed. Raining Benjamin Massachusetts. Yeah. Ramsey. For Ramsey, just for you, I'll stay on a little bit longer. If it wasn't for the supporters, I wouldn't be here. So I'm going to stay a little longer. Just a little bit longer. I really do need to move on. Ramsey, which Chromebook did you get? If you don't mind telling us. Sneaky says they are very good value for cash. Yes, I totally agree, Sneaky. You know, and you know about this. We've often on this channel we've often talked about a national Linux machine standard, whatever you want to call it, with a sweet spot of about $400, give or take. Chromebooks nailed it. I mean, they start at $100. I probably wouldn't get that or recommend that to a Windows user, but a $200 Acer or higher, absolutely. Acer, Ramsey, cool. Acer 720p 2625. Okay. Yeah, for all the newbies or Windows users out there, again, if I would probably get if you like a big screen, get the Acer. Make sure it has at least 4 gigs of RAM. You know, make it run a little smoother. Obviously, 1080p full HD is nice. A lighted keyboard's nice, and really that's all you need. You know, you don't need 8 gigs of RAM and all that. Quad core, not necessary. But yeah, I would probably go with something with 4 gigs of RAM versus 2. Other than that, good to go. Updates are awesome, unnoticeable. Yeah. Chromebooks are a low maintenance machine. So what does that mean? Updates in the background, no bugs, no snags. They're not that hard to learn. Awesome battery life. The speed is insane. So yeah. You got a Dell. Okay. Latitude. Ah. 83.3. And it's 2123. Sounds like a song. Sneaky, do you personally use a Chromebook or just for the kids? Yep. It does implement KISS really well. Keep it simple, stupid. Yep. And the Linux terminal. I believe it's Debian apps only as far as I could tell. Sneak, you have one used in school for classes. Just got 30 of them. 30 of them for year 6. Okay. Thank you, Paul. Yeah, it's sunny. It's warm. It's 80 degrees. I think I will enjoy the rest of my day. I need to text my friend back. Tell him I'll meet him for coffee later. Yeah, if we can stay warm and sunny, maybe I might use the pool this year. Yay. Yep, I don't need bling or flashiness. I definitely don't need Candy Crush, the game. But up. Boy, Saturday nights live chat. If you haven't heard it, seen it, heard it, man, you guys gotta listen. You need to fast forward it till about the 1 hour, 10-minute mark. It got a little bit adultish, but it was so funny. It was hilarious. Hi, Quail 66. I really do need to go. I've been on what is this, 44 minutes? But anyway, this stream has been stable. A little bit sluggish, but not too bad. Hi, Ben. So yeah, Chromebooks rock, and I've proven it. So there you go. All right, so I think, like I said, next time I'll hook up the webcam. I may even just do the internal webcam. Might be good enough. I'll hook up the HDMI cable to the HDMI port. This is a full-size port. We'll see if that works. Temperature proof. How temperature proof is? I don't know. Hey, what can I say? It is a hot machine. Haha. Anyway. Yeah, Quail, just go ahead and watch this on replay once Google stops processing the video. And maybe I'll catch you this weekend. So this was fun. Very good, Stephen. Your friend's daughter uses other Prodigy and a few other programs. Okay. Yeah, Chromebooks. School systems evidently are buying a lot of Chromebooks, or use them, and they love them. So yeah, there you go. All right. I need to go, guys. I'll catch you sometime probably this weekend. Have a good day or good evening. Bye bye.